mini tank build, part 2. Let's go. First thing to do is build some brake lines. So while we're here, we have a quick go on Christo's simulator. DK the Drifter. Nice. Never rotated that one a bit. We got this dirty old seat mounted up in here. Just using the original lawnmower mounting bracket, and it can slide back and forth so the kids and me can ride it. Now I need to work on the brake handles. I just weld this brace in. Batteries in. Fuel tank's in. Lever. Just dummy bolted up the brake lines that Christo helped me make. Might start making the rear frame hoop. Whoops, I didn't mean to start it up on full throttle like that. I've actually got no reason for starting it up. It's not nowhere near ready to go, but just hooked some wires up. I've got an old solenoid, some scrap bits of wire hooked up to the battery. I need to buy some better battery clamps. I drilled and tapped these thinking I could screw a bolt in, which worked for a while, but they just ended up pulling the thread out, so you can't do that. I have to buy some proper clamps. Clutch cable's pretty shiny and it works good. It's using an old cable off a combination lock. So what I'm thinking about the throttle is I was going to have a foot throttle, but since my kids are driving it, they've got to work out the clutch, the gears, and the throttle, and skid steer. It's quite a lot for a 10-year-old to figure out. So I might just have a hand throttle so you can just lock it off at certain speeds. Alright, I've just tensioned up the frame and welded it off again because the whole thing was a bit twisted. But a subscriber's showing up here. He's going to let me have a kick going on his electric skateboard. Wow, that's scary, eh?
Yep.
Alright, back to work. I'm going to cut this rear bar here. So I'm just making up the rear bar here. I see a lot of this on the internet. Cut a slot out, various different cuts, and then you bend it. Problem with it is you don't really get a V-prep. I am using the stick welder, so it will all burn in alright. But it is kind of a good way to be able to hold things without laying it all out. But I think it is much stronger to cut it off properly and V-prep it. Wouldn't be much of a tank without a gunner's seat, would it? So this is just an Orbi blaster. Shoots Orbis, like fully automatic. This is my wife's one, it's dead, but I might buy 2 more and have them up here on a turret so you can spin around and shoot. Probably an adult can sit down, but a kid can stand on here and shoot. Or duck down to take cover. It's going to be great. It's also just a nice mobile workbench. Got to get that clickbait shot. Push the clutch in. There we go, it works. But the clutch isn't working, is it? So I think the reason the clutch wasn't working properly is this bracket. Maybe this bracket's supposed to be, I've bent this bracket down. It's supposed to be up, and maybe when you push the clutch, it's supposed to jam the belt. Maybe that will help it, but I'll try figure something out with that like next time. I 3D printed a little knob for the gear lever here. It's the laziest way to do it. I've just got this going straight to the gearbox. You got to shift it between your legs like that. Reverse is there, neutral first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Obviously it would be better to have it up here, race shifty, but most of the time you're going to go on one gear and stay there. And there's no linkages or nothing for slop. I think the gearing for this is just perfect actually, because that was like just over idling, just crawling along, moves easy as, and I've still got 4 more gears to go. I can't turn yet. I've hooked one side of the brakes up, but I don't want to bleed them because I've still got to put the sides in. I'm waiting on some 2mm plate to get here so I can build the sides, but I don't want to hook the brakes up properly till that's here and all in. Alright, there's still plenty to do. I'm going to make like a canopy thing for the top and piece at the back. Thanks for watching guys, see you next time.